ice cream, logical cream, flavors. Let's make a move, get away, what's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. What you like, get it twice, what's your style? Let's get crazy, let's get lit, let's get wild. Take you out, show you off, what's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. Anywhere in the world, take you mild. Show me the real, you go and let it out. Your flavor, vanilla mix on brown cones, rainbow sprinkles on your AP two-tone. I ain't about materials, is habitual for the event to get spiritual. I ridicule your decisions in the specimen. Make guys like me had to step up, be the better man. Baby, I know your flavor, green apple colored gators. I ain't a rich man yet, I'm gathering data. I'm saying.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon, and we're here on 95 TV once again. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here on this great platform to have great people, and have great conversation. Secondly, I want to introduce my right-hand man, my Jordan to my Pippen, my Dwayne Wade to my LeBron, you know what I'm saying, my Shaq to my Kobe, you know what I'm saying, my man Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
Man, you know what it is, man. Glad to be in the land of the living. Each day we wake up, you get another day, another choice, and another chance to get it right, bro. So we here. And I'm ready for this convo. Gonna be very interesting.
Yes, it will be, man. Listen, today I got a great cast of people. I got my OG cousins in the building. I got one of my other cousins I just found out was my cousin like a year ago. And, you know, I got this other young lady that I know is probably a friend of yours that's on here. But we wanted to do this show because I've been hearing on social media and seeing all these stories about these expectations that women have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around first and I'm gonna introduce each person, or let each person introduce themselves. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of just say who you are. If you want to say what you do, like what your career thing is or whatever, that's cool. If you don't, I understand. But if you just say who you are and what you do, like for your career, so kind of people understand what type of women I have on here. LaHarry, you go first.
All right. I am L.A. Jones, and have the privilege of being the first cousin to Icon E. So for a living, I am a senior manager over leadership development. So I help leaders be even better leaders. So that's what I do amongst some other things. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here and have this conversation.
Okay. Let's Miss Popular down at the bottom of the screen. Just let people let know who you are and what you do.
Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Popular. I'm the host of the most popular podcast. I am Puerto Rican, raised in Bronx, New York. I also wear different hats, but for a living as well, I'm a social worker.
Gotcha. Okay. Miss Taylor.
Hey y'all. As you know, I'm Taylor, and I own remote tax office, and I do business structure and time to time digital products. I was in a podcast life. I guess I'm coming back. I guess I'm coming back.
Oh yeah, you definitely coming back. And then last but not least, I got the OG cousin Ebony on the line. What's going on there? Tell them who you are, Ebony.
I don't know if her phone disconnected or what, Icon. I don't see her on here anymore.
Okay, I see at the bottom of the screen. I think her volume is down, but I do see her at the bottom of the screen. We just can't hear her, so I might have to shoot her a text and let's see if we can tell her we can't hear her. But anyway, so the first topic, we get back to her in a minute. The first topic of the night is basically discussing women's expectations and where do they come from? Where that stems from when women have these expectations of men have to take them to, you know, the cheesecake factory ain't good enough for them anymore, or Spawn Divots, or you know, certain major restaurants. Big like 5-star restaurants ain't good enough. So where do the men expect to take these women to? So LaHarry, I'm gonna let you get started, and you tell me if I'm tripping, or do they have some validation behind it, or what's going on? Let me know, because me and Jacob kind of baffled.
I just honestly feel like social media has made people think that expectations are what they see on from social media, right? And so it's driving all of these things. This girl goes viral because the guy took her to Cheesecake Factory. I grew up in the 90s. I'm old school. So like the expectations people have now is just totally different. And I think it's because of what the media puts out. All of this stuff, you you could be whoever you want to be on social media. You could be this posing on a Bentley that's not even yours. You turn the camera slightly to the right. This person is could be in the hood somewhere. So people can create whatever they want to create. So when you think about expectations, I I feel like some of it is false narratives. People create these false narratives of what they feel like people's expectations are, but who's setting the standards for those? Like I don't understand that part. So that's just my take on some of those things.
Okay, okay, okay. Miss Popular, you what's your opinion on that?
I definitely agree that social media plays a role. Reality TV, definitely. Um, and it could also stem from the old school ways where men does this, women does that, and it's a game. It's a prize you get. I think that's where it stemmed from. If you're a good wife, you earn something. And I think it just became an evolution with social media of what do you earn? And it just so happened that are the things that you're saying, like 5 stars restaurants, um, bags, clothing.
Okay, okay, okay. So what about you, Taylor? What's your opinion on it?
Actually, both of them kind of like hit it, like right there. Like they said, social media plays a big part. And again, um, and on, in reality, um, a lot of people have this fairy tale. So being they have this fairy tale, it's just not like it was, like back in the days because of social media. Even though, like in my day and age, growing up, social media, like I think I can't remember. Maybe it was what was the first social media? God,
MySpace? No.
MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah, because I'm like, wait. And so before it was MySpace, half y'all really nobody really even people was doing that then. You know what I'm saying? Like they was doing it before, but it just wasn't seen. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So they made this narrative out there in the streets. So I mean, they really hit it on the head. So that's my opinion.
I want to add one thing too. I think that you expect this person to do this when they first meet you, like day one. It's like what you can do for me. I literally was talking to a person at um this spot yesterday, and they were like, "You meet a person from day one, and they like, are you gonna cash at me just for us to have this conversation, or I expect you to do this on our first day?" And I'm like, "But you don't even know the person, so how do you have an expectation of someone you don't even know?" Or how do
Right.
you have the expectation of someone to give you something and you don't even know them? And you haven't even spent that time together to even know if I even want to spend money on you. Like it's just the way that things are now is just weird as I'll get out of me. I don't understand it. But I mean at the end of the day, the times have changed, things have changed. The way women approach men is different. The way men approach women is different. It's just times have changed, and that's why expectations have changed along with that.
That is true.
Okay, okay,
I was gonna add music as well plays a role. Definitely the lyrics, the lyrics.
okay, okay. So I did want to say something. Miss Popular was saying about women. And I thought about this. Sometime when in relationships or situations, I mean, I talk about Jake about this all the time. If you tell me to take you to a cheesecake factory, or you telling me to take you to a Papa Do's or a real expensive restaurant, were you able to do that before I came in your life? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you wasn't capable of doing that on your own, and now you asking me to do that, and if I can't, then I don't understand that part of it. So is I'm gonna take a real quick break, and I'm gonna let my brother jump in and give his opinion on what me and him already discussed all the time. We'll be right back. 95 South TV. Okay, we back. We back here on 95 South TV. Jacob, jump in and tell me.
Before I get started, I just want to know who in the hell raised these people. Who raised you? Like,
You talking about
no, I'm
also
just
Miss
saying
Cole?
the people that be the cheesecake factory not good enough, whatever's not good enough, and acting saying a dude must be broke if they take me to the cheesecake factory on the first day. Like, who the hell raised you? Like what?
Well, that's standards also. If you have standards and you set these standards in the beginning, like she said, if we just meet and I'm charging you just to talk to me, then you already know the standards that you have to meet.
I mean, I guess that's if you're appealing to or catering to people this day and age, but people don't even date no more. And so I just I just really think many people don't hear themselves talk. Like, what? Do you sit back and hear yourself talk? Do you see that's so asinine what you just said? Like what? And so, I just think that, like you said, the narrative with social media, the music narrative, and people getting inside people's head who came by now later. You know what I mean? Like why would you take somebody advice? You know what I mean? That really don't have any uplifting advice. They just, I just don't understand. Like I said, I can remember going on dates where we went to like the park and both of us had milkshakes and that was a date. Just vibing, getting to know one another. I can remember going to the Frederick Douglass Museum when used to live in D.C. And that was a date. Like,
Mm.
like something just that's outside the norm, but still is normal. You know what I mean? So nowadays, they need $50 for lunch. They need 180 for their hair. Their hair getting done. They need 75 for their nails. 65 for their toes. I mean, it's a lot. I kind of feel sorry for the young boys, man, because they run the check up so much, and then if somebody else got a bigger bag, she don't know you. You just ran the checkup for her. So why is she gonna even stay with you? Why is she gonna listen to you when it was just all about your Skrilla, your cheddar? You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion on it.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Something you said. First of all, some of the young boys I don't feel sorry for, because some of the young boys it's their fault. Because especially in Atlanta, I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, but these young boys think that the tricking if you got it is a real thing. Like they supposed to do that. Like they don't have no communication skills, so I'm just gonna buy the girl. You know
Hey
what I mean?
man,
So because they don't know how to get on the phone. Because everything is ran through. Instead of you walking to a woman saying, "Let me get your phone number," you saying, "Let me get your Instagram. Let me get your saying your TikTok." You know what I mean? Like so at the end of the day, no. That
hey,
I
I can't. But you
don't,
know what Young Jock told you way back in the day. It ain't
that's
tricking if you got it, and we know that tricking is at all time high. Tricking
But I
right
think
now,
like
tricking right now is like an NBA contract.
right. But I think now like are the expectations unrealistic for these women now? No,
No.
because it has been set up where it's not unrealistic because they can ask somebody for on their first date to take me here, and they're getting it. So
mm,
no, like the world that we are in today, like society that we are in today, no, their expectations are not unrealistic because people are doing it. Men are giving them the things that they're asking for. So they like, well, why not ask? Because that's where things are at this day and time, right? So if you go back to the 90s, early 2000s, we so far past that. Now this is the new reality. And the older generation, we like, what's going on out here? But for them, this is normal for them. So I can't even, like, I ain't judging these girls. If that's what you want to do and you want to ask somebody for a cash app on the first day and you get it, that's your expectation. So then it's not unrealistic for you. That's your reality. And so that's what you get. And so that's then what you're expecting. And so then if one man don't do it, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to the other one, because just like y'all said, it ain't tricking if you got it. So if they keep getting with the men who got it, that's their expectation. So to them, it's not unrealistic. It's unrealistic for us to even be like, I can't even believe you saying that. They looking at us like, I can't believe you saying that. And so the tables have turned so much. And because we're in an older generation, we don't get it. You know what I mean? Because we're looking at it from the way we was raised from our grandmothers and our mothers and stuff like that. They mama might be at the club with them. And so that's their reality. And so like, I have my daughter about to be 21 in January. So just even talking to her and talking to her friends, it is just a totally different world than what we could have ever even imagined. And so it's like, yeah, if it's unrealistic to us, but if you look at this generation now, this is the norm. And so you have to learn, like, I can't judge these young girls if that's what they feel like they want to do, but I'm still going to teach my child morals, values, and all of these things that you have to carry with you. And some of these women may not have someone that's going to feed into them and tell them these certain things, which, hey, I can't knock that. But I know for my child, I'm going to teach her, like, this is what it is. This is how you need to carry yourself. And these are the things that you can expect from someone. Like, my expectations of a man for my daughter is somebody that's going to treat her good, someone that is going to protect her, provide for her. And I don't mean providing from a money standpoint, right? From a well-being type of standpoint. And so, like, it's just different. Like, the world is different. And I think we view it from our lens and don't take a step back to view it from their lens, right, wrong, or indifferent. So I think that's just where we are in this society in this day and time when it comes to expectations for men and women. It's totally different than how it was when I was coming up. So,
well, I just like to say this, people been tricking, they was tricking when we was coming up,
absolutely,
but
we just
but
didn't have cameras.
right, but it wasn't us young boys tricking when we was coming up. It was Mr. Willie Earl with the ugly 3-piece suit on.
You're right.
Not Willie Earl.
Yeah,
You're right
yeah.
though.
So I'm just saying.
Girl. Hey, but so I want to ask this question. I'm gonna throw this at you, Taylor, real quick. So let's say a man take you out on a dinner. Is it more important to you on the first date that he takes you to? I ain't saying he need to be taking you to McDonald's or Zaxby's. He at least need to be taking you to Chili's or Applebee's at least. You know what I'm saying? At least on that budget level. But is it more important that y'all, like you said, like Jacob was saying, y'all in the park having ice cream, the coffee, and y'all getting to know each other, and you vibing from a standpoint of getting to know each other and learning each other that way? Because I know when you get on that date, you might want to know about finance. You might ask about the credit. You might ask about what his goals are in life. But you're not necessarily. But if your first notion is, oh girl, he took at Applebee's, and if that's you looking at the highest part of the expectation of the date, then you already lost. So that, in my opinion. So you let me tell. So let me know what you thinking.
Well, Mama, if you watching this, you raised a good woman. Okay. So let me tell you something. I just don't believe in, like, that's nothing. Like, Chili's, Applebee's, McDonald's, we can go to a picnic. I mean, you can have a picnic and have sandwiches and fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there is not, in my eyes, anything. It's about having that connection, right? And so I'm just not big on, we have to go to all these fancy restaurants and show out, take pictures. Like, I kind of just don't really see that when I really need to, if I really want to get to know you. We could do that pretty much anywhere. I will never be picky on that type of thing. Like, we got to go have a steak, we could do that later on. That's fine. But that's not my expectation. My expectation is, are we vibing? To make it to that next level. What are you thinking right now? What's your mentality? It's nothing to do with no fancy restaurant, because that crap comes and goes. We can do that any day. You know what I'm saying? It's about the knowing, being in front of each other, being each other's presence, get to know each other.
Mhm.
The not what is it, Cheesecake Factory thing? Like that's not,
Mhm.
like that's petty, but everybody's not the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't expect that from everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just about like I said, it's just about the person. Like all women are not the same. And I'm just not one of them women that cares about a Cheesecake Factory or what's that other big steakhouse?
Ruth Chris.
Who cares? I don't care about none of that. We can do a walk through the trail and sit down at the park. That's cool with me. Long as I get to look at you, get to feel you, your spirit, your vibe, all of that, then I'm cool.
Because
Oh,
basically, well, I can cook you a steak that tastes way better than Ruth Chris, and that's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack.
look, okay, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back at 95 South TV. Okay, we back. We back. Yeah. So Miss Popley, tell me what you think on that, and then I got a topic right here that's gonna take it to a different level.
I mean, I definitely agree with everyone. It's definitely about levels and brackets.
We lost for a second. You'll hopefully get her back. Uh, so basically, we're gonna go ahead and switch topics real quick. We get her.
Icon. So I got something I want to ask all the ladies before we switch topics.
Okay.
It's about four parts of this question, but it's necessary. So when it comes to the expectations of a man, and per se, you ladies, like what piques your interest on the expectation side when you're vibing with a man mentally, spiritually, intellectually, and emotionally?
For me, it's their intellect. Like if I can't have a conversation where we're talking about things to me that matter to me or things that matter to the world, like if we can't vibe on that, um, yeah, I'm attracted to a man's brain more so than anything. And I think that stems from my dad and who he was and what he taught us growing up,
Hmm.
and the conversations we had growing up. So that's what I vibe with. Like we
Okay.
can't have surface conversations that just don't work for me.
Right. Okay then.
Okay, Taylor, you want to jump on? So we move on.
I can just really say I totally agree. If something ain't right off the rip in the first sentence, I'm out.
Okay,
And
so
and I would like to say this. I think a lot of people don't mesh good because when you try to talk to somebody just really on the spiritual level, like say you have a conversation where you really breaking something down that say you breaking something down that somebody like a Bishop Jamal Bryant said, and you kind of want to vibe with her on the spiritual side to really to really see what she has spiritually in her life, and it might be a foreign language to some people, but it might be a language that's always open for this discussion for that
Mhm.
other person. And so a lot of times when you can't vibe with a person spiritually, man, it is the biggest turn off in the world.
Yeah, I
yeah,
would agree with you on that one.
yeah, that's the truth. What you think about that, Miss Popular? Since we lost you for a second.
Yeah, my apologies. I mean, I'm very big on spirit. Um, I just think everything expectations also come with maturity, experience. When you're young, you're asking for things that you
You lost her again.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next topic, and I know for sure, I know both of you ladies, Taylor and L.A. Jones. I know both of y'all are single moms, basically. Um, and so when you bring a man, so let me set it up like this. I've seen this lady on, I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, one of the two, and she had just married this guy, and the guy was basically disciplining her child, whatever it was. He was fussing at the child about something. and the woman got mad at the man and said, I married you for me. I didn't marry you to discipline her. If it's anything going on with her, you need to come with me with it because she already has a dad, and her dad, her dad and I always already, share. I don't need you basically doing anything. And to the point where it was almost to the point where she was talking to him like a child, to the point where I'd have been like, well, if I can't be a man in my own house, then I can't, then we this not gonna work. Because I know for me, I gotta be a man. I gotta feel like a man in my own house. So if I can't discipline my own kids, and then you come in with a child and you telling me I can't have any kind of disciplinary responsibilities over that child, then what we doing? You know what I mean? So LA, tell me how you feel, and I'm gonna jump over to uh, Taylor and then Miss Popular.
Well, I can give you a prime example. And it's on the flip side. My daughter has a bonus mom. And I will never forget when she was 3 years old, her stepmom called me and was like, hey, India, and at 4 years old, you're not my mama, that sort of thing. And she was asking about disciplining her. And what I told her was, me nor her father are raising a disrespectful child. Her dad has married you as his wife, so y'all are one. So I expect you to treat my child just like I would treat her. So she's not going to disrespect anybody. So I'm going to need you to be me, and I'm going to need you to discipline her. But that comes with maturity. That comes with knowing who you are, and that comes with knowing who your partner, your ex-partner is going to have around your child. And that's where that mutual respect comes from. And everybody don't have that. And so I saw that video where the lady was fussing at the man and all of those things. And to me, if you don't trust him enough to have that relationship with your child, then why are you even marrying that person? Is my whole thing on that situation. So
I
Okay,
agree.
okay, I'm gonna jump to Popular, then I'm gonna jump to Taylor since Miss Popular haven't really had a chance to speak as much.
My apologies. So, what was the question?
So I don't know if you're a single mom like the other two ladies, but so basically I was talking about this lady that was on TikTok, Instagram, and she was talking about she had just married a guy, and the guy couldn't discipline her child. The child couldn't discipline her child. Or she basically said, "I brought you in here to marry me, and it be for me, not my." So me and her dad, they got discipline responsibility, and you child about anything without running it past me. And like I just said, at the end of the day, in my house, if I can't be a man, if I can't be a father in my house, then what we doing? You know what I mean? So I'm asking your opinion. How do you feel if you are single? I'm not sure if you are not.
Well, I do have children. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I'm currently dating someone that's not their father. So I, that's a very sensitive topic, and is very sketchy because I don't agree when women say you can't discipline my child, don't say anything to my child. Obviously, it's to a certain degree, and it also depends on the child's age. I don't agree that if we just got together, first of all, nobody should be putting hands on anyone, and that's obviously based on your upbringing as well. Some people grew up with whoopings, some people didn't. That also plays a role. But like you said, the woman, and that it's not just a woman thing or a man thing. You should allow your significant other to be able to have a say so, whether it's in front of the child or to you. But I feel like they should have an opinion for sure.
Okay, so is it something that you should have to have a conversation that y'all should be communicating and have a conversation? Because the thing about this was the man and the woman was already married, so I don't know if he just assumed that he had those type of responsibilities, or if she had already told him before they was married, then something was broken in the conversation and the communication part, because it never
that
took
didn't like.
after the marriage for him to be able to find out I can't say nothing to your child. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Right. I mean, I feel like that's something you should already know going into the marriage because
Mhm.
you should know the children before you even marry this woman. You should know the
Right.
dynamic. What's the situation? Normally that's a dispute in relationships before even the marriage come about. Oh, you let your kids get away with everything, or you don't say much enough. And like I said, that also depends with the age. But you shouldn't assume that because we're married, you have all these privileges and even responsibilities. Because some people may feel like your kids are your kids, my kids are my kids. Me personally, I don't feel that way.
Okay, we're gonna take we're gonna take another quick break, and I'm gonna let Ebony jump in and respond to this question. We'll be
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we back on 95 South TV. So, Ebony, did you hear the question?
I did about the children raising the kids and that they should have an opinion, right?
Yes.
Well, I agree with the last speaker. I think it also has to do with the kid's age. And also, that should have been a conversation prior to being married because you make a commitment to get married. You already should, first of all, have been introduced to the children and got to know the children before that even got to the stage of a proposal of marriage, in my opinion. So I feel like, how can you even think about spending the rest of your life with someone if they're not all inclusive with everything about your life, right? So how could I be dating you and my children not come up in conversation? I'm talking to you about certain things we're going through, and then, gradually introducing you to my kids and seeing how you mesh and bond with my children, what type of relationship you form with them, even before engagement. So by the time we get married, we should already be on one accord about how the children are going to even be raised and how we're going to co-parent, because they are an extension of you. So if you can't have an opinion or discipline a child in a marriage, even if it's not your biological, then do y'all even really know each other, and should y'all be married anyway? So to me, that proposes a larger question,
Okay. So we're gonna switch gears real quick, and I'm gonna call this topic the big chicken. And reason why I call it the big chicken, because it always talks about how if the woman's expectations of a man in relationships, and we already discussed that. So what role does the woman play as far as showing her man or treating her man like a king? So because a lot of these young women think it's a one-way street. It's like all this I, but it's not enough we or enough him to say, okay, you the man, you the head. So if you want the man to be the head, if you want the man to have an assertiveness or control in the relationship, then you have to give him room to. So I'm gonna start with Miss Popular and Ebony, since they've been on here the least amount of time. Then we're gonna go back to Larry and then Taylor. So I'm gonna start with Miss
Okay.
Popular topic.
So I think is definitely a vice versa thing. It's not just women deserve or women earn. Men need to feel validated as well. Men need to feel worshipped. Um, going back to the ice cream dates and the museum thing, it just seems like those type of dates are more intimate. A man, this is what it seems like. What I see, a man don't mind spending money on a woman in an expensive restaurant versus taking them out to the park. To them, that's major. I have to love you. I have to have strong feelings for you to do those small intimate things. And what men don't realize, just like women don't realize, we both have the same needs. I don't think there's anything that only a man should do this, only a woman should do this. But it's to me it's equal. Women
Okay.
should work just as hard. And like I said, it dates back to that masculinity. The men are the powerful ones. Men are the ones that make decisions. And like the women are saying, times have changed. Women also have a voice. Women also are deciding. Women are paying for dates now, believe it or not. Women are paying the rent. Women are taking care of a lot of men nowadays. So, again, conversations have to be had. Standards have to be set from the beginning.
So before I jump over to Ebony, I'm gonna ask you this, because I'm gonna ask all y'all this question when I get to y'all. So, in your opinion, does the man get the first plate, and does he get the big piece of chicken? That's why I call it.
Um, I, I guess I was raised that my dad always got the big chicken. I don't know.
Did he get the plate? Did he get his plate first?
Yes, he did.
Okay. I want to know. Ebony, go ahead.
Okay, so I will answer the last question first. So for me, if I'm in a relationship, my man is always gonna get his plate first because I feel like that's just what you should do. Going back to your initial question about being a king, I feel like how you enter a situation is a representation of who you are as a man and as a woman. So if you know that you are a man, a real man, you can be born a male, but just because you're born a male doesn't make you be a man, right? Because some people never grow up, and a lot of men, and they want to be treated as a king, and they want a woman to be submissive and all these things, but they're not upholding their end. And like I've always said about a man, if you can't lead me anywhere, then I'm not going to treat you that way because you're not leading me anywhere. So why am I going to uphold you to this high standard and you don't even have a standard set for yourself? So what are you going to do for me? What are you going to lead me to? And I don't mean do for me in the sense of that I need you to be the end all of everything for me. But if you don't have a vision and a goal and a plan for your life and my life, then that's what a king does. That's what a leader does. So if you don't have that and you're not that, then you're not really a king. So you know, checkmate. I don't know what else to tell you.
We got to ask the second question. You said,
You was good though. That was good.
did you ask the big chicken question yet?
Oh yeah, I answered that first. Yeah,
She
I'm
definitely.
gonna get a big piece of chicken. I'm trying to watch my weight anyway, so I'm gonna eat a couple wings and keep it moving.
Well, I'm just saying, does he get the plate first, or do the kids get the plate?
Oh no, he gonna get the plate first.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. Okay, all right,
Oh
LA.
yeah, he gonna get the plate first.
That's right.
Always.
Okay, LA. What's your thoughts?
On the plate, the big chicken. Oh, he
All
gonna get that.
with all
He
I
gonna get that
said,
plate first, and a
all
big piece of chicken.
And I give you your plate first too, don't I, baby?
Icon, you know what? You know how we grew up.
yeah. I want to make sure now. I want to make sure. So, your opinion on the rest of it, as far as the kid part of it, or how you're supposed to treat your man in those, your relationship.
I think what a person gives you is what you give them, right? And I will tell you, it's so rewarding when you have a man that can lead and you have a man that does lead, because when you have that, that makes you as a woman want to match his energy and match the things that he does for you. To I think Miss Popular said, like, it's not you got to do everything for me and all this. No, you have to do things for each other, right? And that's what back to what Ebony was saying about a person leading, like kings lead. And if you have a king that is going to lead and know that he has your best interest at heart, you're going to follow. And I think people get that misconstrued with the word submissive, and assuming that submissive means that the man has to be controlling over you. No, that means that I am with a man who's has my best interest at heart, and I know he's going to make the best decisions for us, and I'm going to follow that. That's what a king is. And as a woman who has that, you're going to be more than willing to support that man and be there for that man and let him lead. So
Okay, all right. Taylor.
Wow, y'all said some good stuff, okay? Um, y'all said some good stuff. So I was just sitting here thinking, right? So growing up, I grew up with a single mom, right? I didn't know anything about serving the men first, right? Until I got with my girl's dad, and I seen his mom serving the husband, serving. I didn't understand, like, because I was like, I thought the kids go first. But then, being in that relationship for so long, I understood even when he fed me first before the kids, if he could, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I really just didn't understand coming from just a single mom who just fed the kids. So I totally agree that the man, he should be served first, especially if he's doing what he's supposed to do.
And that
Now,
is something key right there.
mhm.
mhm,
Both ways. So, and if I cook, the wife get the plate
That's
first.
right.
Get the plate first.
mhm,
She cook, I get the plate first. So it goes
mhm.
both ways. So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. So okay, so we're gonna take one last break, and we gonna kind of wrap this thing up, and but we be right back here, 95 South TV. Okay, we back on Lifestyle TV. We've had a real great, I felt healthy conversation about a woman's expectation of a man. I felt like I got some clarity. I don't know about you, Jacob. You want to jump in and make say some
Yeah,
comment?
yeah. It's a lot of very, very, very good points and valid points. But I'm extra, so I do have a question for these ladies on this panel. Have mercy, and I can, you know how I am, man. So, upon them having these expectations of a male, what are those expectations like after you find out his black ass got mommy issues?
Mm, that's a good one.
Ooh, let Harry go. Let Harry go on that one. I can see her face lighting up already.
Um,
Who's going first?
that's
Let,
a
let Harry go. I already
you
know.
say
I might plead the
mom.
fifth on this one.
You mean when you say mom issues, like I have been fortunate enough. I'm not with someone that has mom issues. So he loves his mom and he treats me like he treats his mom. And his mom has raised him to treat a woman with the utmost respect. And I see how he treats his mom. And so, and he treats me with the utmost respect. So fortunately, I haven't, I'm not in a situation where this man has issues or mommy issues and things like that. So I can't answer that
Well,
question
well,
in
the
that
reason why LA, the reason why I asked that question is because I done had a few friends, and I just told their baby mama, I was like, man, he's like, he my boy, and I done told him this, but he can't never unconditionally love you because he don't love his mama because she ain't raised him.
and I believe that to be true
So
because
how,
if the first man if the first woman a man is supposed to love is the person who birthed them and they don't have a good relationship with her, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have a good relationship with women because they're going into something untrusting. Because I don't even trust my mama, the person who gave birth to me. So, how am I going to trust or even cultivate a relationship with a woman? Because I don't even know what that looks like. So, I've seen that happen before with men who don't have a good relationship with their mom. I have friends who don't have a good relationship with their mom, and I can see how they treat women.
Got you.
and,
Got
and, and it's like even in the court system, when I got some judge friends, I got some lawyer friends. So when I had these conversations with them, it's like even when the judge has to give the custody to the daddy, it's hard for them to do that because naturally the woman that birthed you, carried you for 9 months, and had you, everybody feel like a child should be with their mama. But in a lot of cases, that's not good for the child. But it's really hard for a judge to give a single father custody, only
Mhm.
because of that nurturing while in the womb, and they feel like a baby's supposed to be with their mama and stuff like that. So a lot of times when these guys was raised by their grandma or their auntie had to take custody, or they've been in the foster system, is like they really have to go and get some help, like some counseling, because they don't really understand gradually how they can get past it. And so
Mhm.
that's why I brought up the mommy issues question. So, we're just taking on around the board and see what people think, because I'm pretty sure that there's thousands of women out there who had to deal with some mommy issues from a dude they was dating, and from what I see, it wasn't pretty.
you. Yeah. All right, Ebony, we gonna Westcott says she pleading the fifth on this one.
Well, no, well, so funny because when y'all were first making introductions, and I didn't get to introduce myself, but you called me the OG. So because I have seen both sides of the coin. I remember when I first moved back from Texas to North Carolina, and the first dude I dated, he was a mama's boy. And I didn't realize what that really meant until I realized that she kind of orchestrated us being together. and she tried to be controlling of our relationship. And once I realized that that's what was going on, I had to get up out of there because I'm like, this is not gonna work for me. But so you can have mother issues where the mother wants to insert herself into your relationship, even though she thinks she's being positive. But then you also have the mothers that didn't nurture their children, and so they don't know what love and how to nurture someone else means. So it's different types of
Hmm.
mother issues. And just because you give birth doesn't mean that you're a natural nurturing mother. Just because you a father doesn't mean that you're going to be around in the child's
Right.
life. So it's an
Right.
individual situation. And, I don't think a lot of people realize how it affects the children. And like Lahari said, if you weren't raised, with a mother and you don't know what that looks like, how can you know how to love somebody else when the first person that was supposed to love you didn't? How do you know what that looks like? So it could just be detrimental on both sides of the coin with a meddling mother or a mother that wasn't there. So, because you're going to always have a void in your life in some kind of way, be it to the detriment of you, from them not being fulfilled or overbearing. So it
Hmm.
could be either way. So, but it's still messed up and it's going to affect your relationships no matter what.
Hmm.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Poplar, and then Taylor, and go ahead and.
I definitely agree. The mama's boy versus the mommy issues, it do ties in, and it can go good as well as it can go bad because if you can have a great relationship with the mom and then everything works out because you guys are working together to get what you want out of the guys. So just like it go the other way, they might not like you and make your life a living hell. So it depends, and we got to also keep in mind that every woman is unique and we have differences, and you ladies' expectations might be different from what I'm expecting.
Hmm.
And what might be an issue for you as far as with the mom, to me it might be a benefit.
Hmm.
Okay.
Especially like say like women that don't like to cook, and the mother-in-law wants to cook all the time. Go ahead, cook and clean.
Look, it is until it's not, though.
No, you're right. I
Right.
listen. I know, like you, I've been
When she
there.
come
I've
knocking on
been
the
through it.
door
I
with a
know.
plate of chicken and y'all in there trying to have quiet alone time.
Right. Now that's just out of control. I don't even think they do that anymore.
That's
I
right.
think those mothers is gone.
Them
Honestly.
mamas gonna make sure they babies
Right.
eat. Hey, that's all I can say.
Yeah, go ahead, Taylor.
Since you're making me speak, all I'm gonna say is that in 2024, we are not gonna still pull out the mommy issues.
Right.
We are still not gonna pull out this happened, this happened, this happened. What needs to be done is you need to fix yourself. You need to work on yourself, and we're not gonna make that excuses, those excuses moving forward.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so, so I'm gonna say this outcome before we close out. So, Taylor, are you gonna be the therapist? If you don't want he or whoever he is to make any excuses, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, are you gonna go ahead and be his licensed clinical therapist? You know what I mean? Because it sounds like
So let
you
me
would need
say, let
one.
me let me tell you something, Jacob. Let me tell you something. Okay. Oh, let me tell you something. Okay. Any issues that I have ever had in the past, I joined a mentorship. Okay.
Okay.
And the mentorship was self-preservation, preservation, doing mirror work, meditating. Stormy
Hmm.
Wellington was my mentor. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There is no excuses why nobody can get their stuff together. Okay. There's no more mommy issues. There's no more daddy issues. I will not be a therapist. Okay. Because in this season,
hell no.
okay, I will
I
not be.
told you,
Now
you
I'll
know,
be there for you, but if it looks like it's getting a little bit, wait a minute, we supposed to talk about this from the beginning. I'm gonna just go ahead and head out
Yeah. I mean,
because I got kids to be
already.
therapists for. Okay.
Taylor. It's some mentorship programs out there, man,
I
and
can
some
tell you
social
one right
chats,
now. I
and
can
I
tell
can.
you one right now, Jacob. It's called Girl Hold My Hand. And the visionary is Stormy Wellington. If anybody wants to join, and you want
Yeah,
to get your
so
life right and
fellas,
meditate,
y'all
I
hear
got
that? You want to get your life all the way together. She just
you.
told you. She just told you what it is. So I just tell you now, just don't send them to no pastor. Don't you do it.
Okay.
Don't you do it.
You going somewhere else. Well,
He
hey,
played too much.
okay, so I want to appreciate y'all for coming on here
I
tonight.
want to. I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask a question.
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to ask the fellas a question
Okay.
because I just small thought. The expectations is all about stereotypes. If we can all just put the stereotypes to the side, we'll realize that women and men want the same thing. So the question to you fellas is, how do you feel about receiving flowers?
I don't got no problem with it because I didn't plan it. I didn't plan it plenty of them. I'm from the country, so I don't got no problem with it. Give them to me.
Okay, and what about you?
I don't know.
'Cause I see your face.
I'm an old school man, man. Nah, you. I feel like if you give me flowers, you ain't really put no real thought into that. You gotta understand me as a man. I don't have flowers. I'm
See,
nah.
there goes the stereotype, and that's what messes up the expectations.
That's right. Because I
But y'all
send my
expect
man
Things
women to
are
be
flowers.
happy with flowers.
changing.
I'm just keeping
Things
it
Yeah,
So
are
real.
you don't
changing.
care about them.
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah. I
I don't
couldn't just
flowers and I don't
I
do it.
couldn't just throw that woman thoughts and her love, her concern, scratching damn trash, garbage.
I rather you give me a teddy bear than you give me some flowers.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know why it don't bother me? Cause my mama love flowers. Put them in the place, sit right on her table.
Yeah,
Ladies,
'cause you
how do
gonna be
you feel about getting men flowers?
flowers gonna be dead when you come back. You gonna be like, man, look, I get my flowers. Cause I know I ain't gonna take care of no flowers, but you give me the teddy bear, I'm gonna throw it on the bed. Every time you come in, the teddy bear gonna be like he part of the couple. About part of
Not
the family. You know,
So he
like
part of the
that.
couple. Oh man.
he gonna
Ooh,
you know how
Who
No
said part of
flowers.
the covers?
right.
the teddy bear might be right there. He might be like, what's the movie Ted? What's the movie? What's it called? Ted? Uh,
Ted.
Oh,
Are you talking about the
Ted.
one that
Ted.
talk?
yeah,
Ted.
he
Ted.
might
Teddy
be my
Ruxpin.
Wonder Buddy.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I
he
mean,
Teddy Ruxpin.
I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, it just depends on who you are and if you say, well, I ain't gonna try to hurt her feelings, cause some people might put some thoughts into it and be like, I was just thinking about it, and like me, I said my mother and my sister love flowers, so they not gonna go in vain, and they gonna have plenty of water in them, so you know,
You
uh,
know what
uh,
the
So
thing
thank
is?
they
you
gonna
very
have
much.
plenty of
You,
water in them.
you know what the problem is the reason why the stuff like that is not accepted for everybody, and even on the woman aspect, why women just be like, okay, like some people are really thoughtful, right? But some people they're so used to getting done a certain type of way. A flower back at certain time was forgive me for doing this, right?
True.
A flower was
Who
making
told
up,
you
just
that?
making up for something.
Or
I'm telling you,
celebration.
yeah. So not appreciating a flower is crazy. You know, like
well, I put it to you like this. I don't know if any of y'all watch Drink Champs. And when the old school artists come on, they give them the gold, whatever that is,
Hmm.
power, something like that. If you do it like in a manly way, like for me, like a woman give it to me in a manly way, like that, I'm gonna make it like a little bronze thing or do something for them, like almost like jewelry or something to give it to them. That's one thing. But you just give me flowers from a garden like thing, I'm gonna be looking like I'm gonna accept it, but I ain't gonna hurt your feelings. But I'll be like, what?
Man, you been in Atlanta too long, man. You been in
Right.
Atlanta a long time. He been in
Right.
Atlanta a long time. You been in Atlanta. Ain't nothing country about I can't eat no more.
Certified, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, like flowers,
I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be the only gift or the main gift. Like they said, it would be an intimate thing.
yeah.
I just said that, I threw that out just to show that it goes 50-50. Like just like women, men want intimacy too. Men want affection. They want love. They want to be talked to nice. It goes both ways.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will tell you, I send my man flowers, and he a man, and it's the thought behind it. It's not about I'm giving you flowers.
Cause
No,
you,
it's
yeah.
it's the meaning and it's the thought behind it. Like I feel like men feel like they have people have put men as, oh, you got to be this whole masculinity type of thing. Men want to feel appreciated too, right? You all want to feel just like how women want to feel too. Men want to feel like they woman appreciate them. They want to feel like you care about them. So yeah, I'm gonna send you some flowers with a nice note on it from
Yeah,
my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not to devour your or diminish your manhood. No, it's to show you that I care about you and I want you to feel good. And I like these flowers, and I'm just gonna send them to you. Like, I think it's the messaging, not the message. It's not the item, it's the message. You know what I
got
mean?
got you. I understand. I understand.
No, he don't. No, he don't. Don't let him tell you that lie.
Look,
Don't
don't
you let him tell you
I'm
convince
gonna
that
me.
lie.
send you some. I'm gonna
Hey,
Don't.
send you
hey,
some flowers tomorrow, cuz.
No,
I'm gonna
he don't understand.
say, send me some flour next time I'm out.
He don't understand, man.
See, I can go up.
I couldn't see them flowers and look at them flowers and be like, hell no.
See, there you go. You try to get me in trouble anyway. Yeah, look, I appreciate y'all for coming on. I really do. I know everybody got a busy schedule, and we need to do this again because we need to get really, really into that mentality thing of both sides, because it's a lot of mental health situations going on. And I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest part of all of this when it comes to
Yes, and
both
I
sides.
want to be able to participate in a more meaningful way. I was having some technical difficulties earlier. I was out eating, and I really want to get into it with you guys. So I would love the opportunity to come back on when you can have me. That would be
Yeah,
great.
we're definitely gonna
But
do a part two,
hold
and I'm
up, Icon.
really dig in.
Hold up, Icon.
Uh,
Ain't these them two sisters that you was telling me about that you told that they need to do their own show?
yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll be back.
Yeah, nah.
Because
And we,
I really wanted to answer that first question, though, for real. I really did.
what first question?
The
Oh,
first one about, I think y'all were saying about going out to eat and cheesecakes. I don't know what y'all.
Yeah,
So
cheese. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
hey, give us your opinion real quick. Go ahead on that real fast.
well. Just what was the whole question? I need the whole question again because that was an hour ago.
Okay, so basically the question was, do women have unrealistic expectation of men when it comes to, first of all, oh, Cheesecake Factory is too good. All of us heard that whole story about Cheesecake Factory, and I think I don't even know if Papa Do's might have been on the list, was saying that wasn't good enough. So I'm like, well, what the hell they trying to go to? Because I already know go to Papa Do's. They ain't in the so what?
Well, I just think I know I heard a little bit of it before I left, but this is what I always feel like with the society today. It's like a twofold situation. One, when we were kids growing up, we watched Dynasty, Knots Landing, Falcon Crest. So, as a young black kid, and with not much representation of us on TV, and that was the only entertainment we had at night to watch TV with your mom, all you see is rich white people living in mansions, driving, Porsches and Lamborghinis and eating these fine restaurants. So, as a child, that's what you think is the definition of what success is and what it looks like. So as time progressed, even before social media, even before the internet, we were raised to believe that if you had blonde hair, big boobs, and you had a red Corvette or a red Porsche, that you could get a money man and you're supposed to be treated as such. And now you see we have become so distorted in what we look like as black women, trying to emulate what we thought was what rich men wanted to be in their world, and this is what success was. So it's kind of like we have become what we saw, and so, having said that, you think that you're supposed to live a luxurious lifestyle, seemingly so, based on being at the finest restaurants, because people think that that's what makes them look validated or important or seen or like they balling or whatever you want to call it. But I just think that that's just where we are now. And so, women have these unrealistic expectations of men, but men also have unrealistic expectations of women as well,
That's true. That's
thinking
true.
that, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got to get this car and I got to get these rims. And the woman's like, oh, I got to go get a BBL and I got to get this hair weave and I got to do this and I got to do that. So everything about us has become distorted. So why are you driving around in a Maybach or a Rolls Royce and you don't even have no money, but you got this car trying to impress women? And now the woman sees you in the car because she want to be in the car rolling with you because you acting like you got money. So she going to act like you got money too. So now she think that you're supposed to take her to this place. It's just a whole circle of delusion.
It's the facade.
Yeah.
Right.
Facade.
Yes. So that's
Delusion, like
all
you
it
said.
is. And half of these women, you see them at these restaurants, they can't even pronounce half the things that they're trying to order on the menu. So
Right.
you don't
Now
even
you
know
think
what it
Papa
is.
what? Papa Ducks?
Honey, when I heard a
Yeah.
girl say Panat Grigio, I said, girl, boo, you better go
Go
get you some
home.
Boom Farm
I
and
just
You
need
know
you to
what?
night
go
night.
You
home
know
and drink
what?
your
You
Mad
know what?
Dog
You know
2020 and
what?
call it a day,
Go get you
honey.
some booms, baby, some country quencher, baby.
And then you know it's if you cute you cute man, but you just can't be looking like Wesley Snipes with a
I
You know
am.
what?
you can't look like Wesley Snipes with no blonde quick weave. You can't do it.
Don't do that.
Listen,
You can't do
I'm
it.
out here
You
looking
can't
like
do
But
it.
they
Hey,
Wanda.
doing it every day. They
I'm a
doing it
whole
every
comedian,
day.
so y'all might have to because I'm a whole comedian out here for real, for real. So I like to have a good time, but I'm just saying, man, like you like I
Wesley
want to go to
Snipes.
Cheesecake Factory. You can't spell cheesecake.
Well, I'm gonna tell
Correct.
you what. I'll go to Cheesecake Factory, especially during happy hour, and get me some appetizers and all that. I don't care. It's not about where you at. It's about who you are. And when
That's
you
what I'm talking
comfortable
about.
with yourself, you can
Right.
go to make Mickey D's and have you some milkshake and some French fries and have a good time.
That's
So
right.
it's
That's
it's
right.
it's about who you are and how comfortable you are in your skin, because life is for the living, and who are you trying to prove anything to other than God? So everything else don't even really matter. So, but
Right.
until you get there, and that was the whole point about it, bringing it back full circle, is if you know who you are, then you don't have to do all these things to prove anything to anything or anybody. You just, if you like nice things because you are of nice things and you're in that certain lifestyle, then that's fine. But don't try to put yourself in a situation that's gonna hurt you, and now you trying to ball out. Now you can't pay your rent tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Right. But
Right.
that just goes back to what your sister said. She said that you, me, Icon, her, Taylor, and Miss Poplar, the same thing you just said, we're speaking on our generation, not
Right,
this new generation. This new generation,
right.
man, listen, man, they wanted all socks and drawers.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this before we get out of here, and this is to like Harriet Ebony. I don't know much of y'all travel as much as I do, so I don't know if y'all been to Trills yet. But I said I know y'all wouldn't mind going on a date with Trills, and Trills a burger spot. But if you go,
Oh, absolutely. In Houston,
yeah,
Bumpy. Oh,
yeah,
babe, I'm
yeah,
hitting trails as soon as I get to Houston.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
And I still haven't been yet.
and that's a burger spot. So and it's like a
Yeah.
club joint.
I
You know
know.
what I'm saying? So I already know you. I don't care who you are. You have a good time at Trills.
I'm
Um,
gonna have a good time anywhere,
oh
whether
yeah,
it be at the 10-star, 10-course meal place or down in the hood at the takeout, getting some oxtails or something. Like
I already
to
know.
what Ebony said, if you know who you are, you can thrive and do whatever you want and be wherever you are and be who you are. Like it don't this generation trying to be something else, and they may get it when they get a little older, they may not. It is what it is. So
Yeah, yeah.
All
For,
right, well,
for sure.
all up all night, man. I appreciate y'all because we all about dang near over 40, 50, all of it. I sleep. So but anyway, I'm, I'm gonna let y'all get out of here, but we definitely gonna have a part 2 of this. You know what I'm saying? Real soon. You know what I mean? But I thank y'all for coming on. Y'all have a blessed week,
you
and
too.
see y'all at the top.
All right,
Thank
All
ladies.
right.
Take
Thank
care.
Definitely.
you.
All right,
Thanks, everyone.
ladies.
Y'all be
Gents.
blessed.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Brown skin girl, and she knew I was out to go and clear my mind. The girl she's